everyone. Welcome to the first night of Yin for our retreats on immunity. And if you were with Kelly this morning, I hope you enjoyed her class, and we are so excited you are practicing with us and choosing to give yourself this time of a at-home retreat for yourself. So what you'll need for your class tonight, I'll introduce it for all those people this is their first time doing Yin. So you'll want some props at home, and don't be shy with how many you need. So I will be using in the class a bolster, which you can also use several pillows, or if you have like a couch cushion that's a little stiffer, that also works really nicely. Anything you can like fold up. You can also use rolled up blankets, rolled up towels, basically any kind of cushioning or softness or soft height you can add is great. I'll also be using a block in tonight's practice, and if you don't have one, a stack of books also works well. Kind of choosing your height, maybe like 6 inches or so, and then you can go up or down from there, and that should work as a great substitute for a block. And if not, you can also just pile up cushions as well, so no worries. And there is one pose tonight that you might want to use a wall for. I'm not going to use it, but some people prefer it. I'll let you know when that is, and you can move towards a wall or whatever you think. All right, and we'll go ahead and begin. And again, if this is your first Yin class, it might be really challenging, but it's also meant to be very relaxing and really slowing your mind down. And it's one of our favorite evening rituals here at Eden, so I really hope you enjoy it. And as you know, we're dedicating the next 4 days to boosting our immunity. So not just how to do that physically, but also mentally and emotionally. So not just protecting ourselves from physical illnesses, but maybe helping our immunity towards some of the anxiety and stress, and that also contribute to our physical immunity. And even if it's a goal for you is just to be able to spend a little more time comfortable in stillness, that's also an amazing intention. As we practice the next 4 nights, being in a lot of stillness and a lot of quiet, it can be challenging, but it is a great practice when it comes to being in stillness and being comfortable. So no matter your intention, we always start with a breath. So join me either in a comfortable seated position, or if you're more comfortable laying down, that's also fine. If you'd like to grab a cushion or a block, something to sit on to help the hips come up a little bit, so our back's gonna be nice and straight. Always just place the hands wherever you're comfortable, on the knees or in the lap. And let's allow the eyes to close. Take one deep inhale to lengthen the spine, open the chest. One full exhale to relax the shoulders, relax the face. Start to bring that attention inward. Decide to leave all the distractions and thoughts and just come to this present moment. We begin to focus on our breath here. Feeling it inhale through the nose, draw deep down to the belly, and exhale gently out through the nose. Continue to just keep your natural rhythm, but in this class, and even to take outside of class, our goal is to, one, slow our breath down. So just seeing if we can slow it down to bring our body into that relaxed state. Slows our mind down and our nervous system. And second is to send it deeper. So when you take that inhale to expand your belly, you're sending your breath to the deepest part of your lungs, which contracts the diaphragm to expand and move the organs in the belly. And then we can expand through the ribs even, and maybe all the way up to the chest, using full space in our lungs, but most importantly, sending it deep till we feel that belly expand. What we're doing here is allowing our bodies to get full oxygen exchange. So not only are we inhaling more nutrients and getting more oxygen to our deep tissue, to our muscles, to all of our cells, we're also getting that full exchange to release more toxins. So especially in these poses that are stimulating certain organs and parts of our body, the deeper we breathe, the more we get out of every pose. So let's just take an inhale through the nose, send it deep to the belly, inflate the belly, inflate the ribs, all the way up to the chest. Exhale nice and slow, deflate the chest, the ribs, the belly. Do that again. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the ribs, all the way up to the chest. Exhale, deflate the chest, the ribs, the belly. We'll go ahead and begin to move. You can keep your eyes closed if you'd like, or allow them to open, but we're going to start by just dropping the chin down towards the chest, and then rock, just gently rolling the head right ear to right shoulder. Take one full inhale here. Exhale, drop the chin back down to the chest, nice and slow, rolling to the other side, left ear to left shoulder. Take one full inhale here. Exhaling again, dropping the chin, rolling it down in front. Again, right ear to right shoulder. Send the breath a little deeper. Exhale, roll it down in front. Last time, left ear to left shoulder, one full inhale. And exhale, drop the chin all the way down. Let's stop in the center. Take one full breath here, chin to chest. Exhale completely, let the head be heavy, shoulders are relaxed. Then let's inhale slow as you can, just start to draw that chin upward, and maybe keep going from center to gently drop the crown back, lift the chin. Very gentle here with the back of our neck. Take one full inhale. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Let's take one pause here with a neutral neck. Maybe roll the shoulders down and back. Take one full breath, inhale. And exhale, let's bring that right ear back to the right shoulder and carefully bring the right hand on top of the head just above the ear. Inhale for that long spine. Exhale, make sure those shoulders are relaxed. We're not pulling the head down, we're just using the hand as a gentle weight. In each of the poses that we go through tonight, I'm going to talk a bit more about the yin practice and also the organs that they're stimulating. But also this will lead into talking a lot about the emotions that each of these spaces hold. So every organ is associated with certain emotions that can affect it greatly. So we'll talk more about that as well. Let's take one more full inhale here. Exhale, fully let the neck relax, let the shoulders relax. And then inhale, bring the head slowly, slowly back up to center. Take one full breath in center. Exhale, drop left ear to left shoulder, gently placing left hand on top of the head just above the ear. Same thing here, let's inhale for a long spine. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Begin to relax the neck. And tonight we are targeting our heart, but also our lymphatic system. So both obviously big key players in our immune system. And we are basically just here to enhance what is already at work in our bodies. So we are made to be self-healing organisms. So doing a practice like this is just here to stimulate what is already at work. Just enhance the function of every organ that we'll target. Here, if you can't tell, we would be stimulating our lymph nodes right in the side of the neck here. Let's take one more full inhale. Exhale, relax the neck, relax the shoulders a little bit more. And gently inhale your way back to center, moving nice and slow here. Let's take one roll of the shoulders back. Take a breath here in neutral. Exhale, release. We're going to move on to our hands and knees now. So working our way onto the mat into tabletop. Our knees are below the hips, our hands are stacked below the shoulders. We're going to move through some slow motion cat-cows. So as we inhale, let's bring the tailbone up, drop the belly, slowly open the chest, open the shoulders, maybe gently look up. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round up, vertebrae by vertebrae, pressing through the hands, let the head drop heavy. Inhale, we start from the tailbone, drop the belly, open the chest, all the way up. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, begin to round, bring the navel to the spine, press through the hands, let the head drop. Move one more time, inhale, drop the belly nice and slow. Opening the chest, opening the shoulders, maybe looking up. Exhale, start at the tailbone, work to round up, slow as you can. All the way up through the shoulders, really let the head drop. Press a little bit extra through the shoulder blades. And inhale, back to neutral. We'll move right into our first pose, a wide child's pose. So if you're familiar with it, you know to bring the toes together, the knees wider than the hips or as wide as your mat. And then go ahead and sink the hips all the way back. And then bring the arms forward and melt the forehead down to the mat. Now if you're familiar and already comfortable in your child's pose, go ahead and stay here. Forehead all the way down or grab a cushion. If we're a little tight, we can always grab a pillow or a cushion, just like this, to place between the hips and the feet to give ourselves a little support. You're also welcome to grab a cushion or some support under the chest and also under the forehead if the neck's feeling a little tight tonight. So you kind of pick where you'd like to place your props. It can be totally different body to body, so really pay attention here. And I will be giving you a kind of an intro to yin and what to expect in our first pose here. So take your time to settle in, or if you already are, go ahead and stay there, forehead down. Let's draw that breath deep down to the belly. Feel the belly fill up here. Feel it relax. Exhaling, checking in to relax from the fingers, up the arms, to the neck, and the shoulders, and the face. And in our yin practice, we will be holding gentler poses for anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the pose. Sometimes it is less time if it's more intense pose or we're doing both sides, or it might be a little bit longer. So be using your props wisely. Basically, anytime that you feel tension between you and your mat, or you and the ground, is the opportunity to place a prop. So these are here to enhance your pose, not to handicap you. So it's really about leaving the ego off the mat and not trying to get yourself into a pose, but working with where you are and what best serves your body. Because if you are in any kind of pain or having even the annoyances under the knees, if something feels tense between you and the ground, you're not going to be able to be fully present during that time period. So we want to really be able to bring our full presence and be able to breathe into the proper spaces of our bodies that should be feeling it. So which brings me to talking about finding your edge. So to find your edge in yin is to come into the stretch and targeting the area that should be feeling something. We don't want to be at maximum intensity. We don't want to feel any pain, but some discomfort is okay. We want to challenge ourselves here, but it wants to be in a place that you know you can breathe through. You can have a calm and steady breath. Your face can be relaxed. Again, it's not causing your body to tighten up and fight it. If that's happening, if you feel tension in other areas tightening up, then back off a little bit, and your edge might be a little bit less than that. And you might be surprised what happens in a short period of time. As you slowly work into it, you might be able to get past that initial point, but it's going to take that time and breath. We can't start out and have any tension in the body. And then once we find that edge, once we've set our adjustments in the beginning, we decide to be still. We decide to hold it, to stop fidgeting, and bring our full presence into our breath and into the pose. Again, everything here, to get that full benefits out of it, needs your full breath, needs your full attention, and it needs that gentle release. So nothing is about forcing yourself into any kind of pose tonight. It is about being sensitive and patient. And the challenge will come with the time and the stillness. And some poses that are just not comfortable the whole time. But keep in this practice and you might be surprised what can open up for you. That being said, let's go ahead and take 3 full breaths to finish off this pose. Really letting the belly relax, full breaths, maybe expanding into the back of the ribs. Exhaling to be heavy. After your last exhale, we're moving out of every pose really slowly. So kind of moving again in that slow motion. Let's bring the hips up or walk the hands back. I like to come right back into table, recenter the knees, and take a slow walk toward the top of my mat into a lazy up dog. Maybe nice and slow, letting the hips sink down. Open up the shoulders, maybe gently rocking them side to side. Or you might be happy right in tabletop, do a couple cat-cows again. Up to you. Moving into our next pose of Sphinx pose. So we're bringing our bellies onto the mat. And then we bring our elbows right under the shoulders, our hand palms facing down, fingers nice and wide. You can also place a pillow or cushion underneath the chest, between the elbows. Or stay just like this. Bottom half of the body should be nice and relaxed. And then from here, we're going to energetically open the chest by kind of bringing the shoulder blades back and together, keeping the shoulders down away from our ears. And this will help open our chest and bring it forward. Kind of like a pulling action with your hands as well. So you're pulling yourself forward on the mat. take a gentle tuck of the chin, keeping the neck nice and long here. So again, we won't want a lot of strain, but this is a bit more of an active pose in the top half of our body here. Let's find that deep breath. Find where your belly can expand. Maybe you can feel it press against the mat. Maybe allow the eyes to close. Just again, keeping that focus internal. If you haven't done yin before, you might ask, why yin? What is different about it? Why do we need it? And if you did Kelly's class this morning or any other kind of vinyasa yoga with yang movements that are, you're moving the whole class and maybe moments of stillness, but we're really reaching here more of the superficial muscles, and they need movement, they need heat to open up. In yin, we're targeting everything deeper. So here underneath the muscles, we're getting into our deep tissue that surrounds the ligaments, the joints, our tissue in around our organs, and also stimulating our organs. So we're essentially everything beneath all the muscles. It's much deeper than yang, and it needs stillness. It needs time. It needs that gentle release to really get into that fascia. And if you've practiced yin before, maybe you know that moment of release that you feel, that maybe you've achieved it just in one class or in one pose, or maybe it's taken several classes, but you feel that moment where the body opens up. And that's what we're looking for here, to open places up that are much deeper. It's also an amazing practice for meditation, as this is a challenge to be in stillness and really bring your full presence into your body, into what you're doing. Continue to find your deep breath. If you are ready to deepen, if you're feeling your body is opening up, you are also welcome to bring the hands forward, maybe straighten the arms just a bit. Still keeping the shoulders dropped and down. There are only 2 times we should be moving in our yin practice. And that is when, one, we feel any kind of pain or tingling in a limb. We can move or back off or simply come out of the pose and lay in Shavasana is totally appropriate. Or if the body invites you to come deeper, go ahead and take that invitation. I might give reminders throughout the pose, depending on the pose, to see if it does. Or you can keep checking in with your edge to see if it changed. But let's take 3 more full breaths right where you are. After your exhale, gently lower the chest down. Lower the head down. Bring the hands down alongside the body. You take a full breath here in decompression. Again, feel that belly press against the mat as you inhale. Exhale, just be heavy here. One more time, your fullest inhale. And exhale. Coming into our next pose, you're welcome to just roll over onto your back. Or if you'd like to be up against a wall, you can do that as well. So we would just place our legs up the wall, or you're welcome to grab a cushion to place under the hips, or try no prop at all. I like to come onto my back, bring my feet up in the air, and then place the cushion underneath the hips. Then feet and legs come all the way up, fully extended but relaxed. So we don't need to have our muscles engaged here. Then we gently tuck the shoulders down and under, away from the ears. Bring the hands out and open, palms up. Maybe a gentle tuck of the chin just to make sure our neck is nice and long. And again, we find that deep belly breath. Feel the face relax here. Feel the shoulders all the way down to your fingertips relax. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Relax a little bit more. You might think, then why yin for our immunity? As again, we are just stimulating and enhancing what is already happening in the body. So bringing everything to its best function. Getting rid of any stuck energy, blocked channels that are much deeper than we usually target. And some of that is by in more challenging poses where you are finding your edge. Or like in that last one, you could feel a bit of compression in the low back. Or other ones like this pose that are more simple. We don't necessarily have that edge of getting a deep stretch, but we are using gravity to bring blood to certain areas of the body. So as we breathe deep in each of these poses, we are helping circulate and target to bring all that blood around the body, the cells that are fresh, keeping everything cleaned out, essentially. Keep staying present with your breath. Finding where our belly expands on our inhales. Feeling ourselves be a little heavier on the exhales. Let's go ahead and take 3 full breaths here. After your exhale, you can drop the legs down. If you'd like to bring the knees in towards the chest, we can. Maybe just to release that pillow out from underneath the hips. Feel the tailbone come back down to the mat and take a gentle hug of the knees. Maybe rock from side to side. Or you'd like to place the feet down on the mat and the knees together. Taking one full breath wherever you are comfortable. Exhale. And next, if you would like to grab your block, stack of books, or several pillows to give you a little extra height, we're coming into a supported bridge pose. So here we are still on our backs, and our feet are as wide as our hips. Press up into the feet and then slide whatever prop of choice underneath the low back, underneath the sacrum. So you might need to experiment with what specific height works best for you. And if you do just have cushions at home and you're not quite getting the height that you'd like to, there is an option just to straighten the legs, and you're still going to get a lot of the benefits from this pose, and it's also a way to intensify it as well. Otherwise, if you're with me and your feet are planted down, we pick our height from our hips, and then I like to bring the big toes slightly pointed together just to help the knees track forward and keep them from falling out. We tuck the shoulders under gently. Hand palms come up and open alongside the body. And again, making sure our neck is long and plenty of room to breathe. Let's take one full inhale, and maybe even see our belly rise. Feel our ribs expand. Feel our chest expand. And exhale. Relax the face all the way down to the fingertips. Begin to settle in. Find your stillness. So here we can feel that again we're using gravity to help bring all that oxygen-rich blood right back to our heart and right into some of our lymph nodes right around the respiratory area. Remembering that the deeper we breathe, the more we get out of every pose, even the ones that are more simple. Those are some of the ones we are doing the most work in. You can just imagine with every inhale, every exhale, all the work that's happening internally. Our heart and our lymph are working hard together to move all the blood, move the cells around the body and keeping them healthy, flushing anything out that doesn't serve us. Stay present in your breath. Seeing how expansive we can be with our belly and our ribs. See how much we can slow the breath down. Also check in with your edge here. See if the body invites you to come deeper. Maybe by straightening the legs, or just adding a cushion on top of the height you already have. Let's go ahead and take 3 deep, full breaths. Nice slow inhales. See the belly rise. Nice slow exhale. It falls. And after your last exhale, we're moving nice and slow to come out of this pose. Gently press into the feet just to lift the hips up to remove your prop, and then slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll down. Nice and controlled here. And then maybe you just want to bring the knees together to help release the low back. Maybe you'd like to bring the arms overhead, give them a little extra stretch. You'd like to feel the knees fall from side to side. And maybe we gently bring the knees again in towards the chest. Take one full breath wherever you are. We move into our next pose of supported fish. So this you will keep a few options for props around, and I'm going to work through several variations, starting with the most intense version. So the most intense variation would be placing a block or a stack of books, maybe with a cushion on top of it to help soften, right underneath the upper back. So kind of right where the bra begins, underneath the shoulder blades. You're going to place the block or whatever you have there, laying back to open the chest, let the shoulders fall open and the crown towards onto the mat. So if you have any neck issues, please, this is not your variation. This can be rather intense to hold for 3 to 5 minutes. Otherwise, you can stay there and maybe place a pillow underneath the head so that you have that same heart opening effect, but you have a pillow right underneath the head to support the neck. The other option would be to grab a couple pillows or a cushion to lay along the spine to support your head as well, or not. It's a little softer. Anything that opens the chest here and lets the shoulders fall wide. So this is obviously still supporting my head to the more gentle version. The arms come down towards the sides, palms up and open. Feet nice and relaxed. Lower half of the body nice and relaxed. Again, be sure we don't want any pinching in that low back. If there is any tension in the neck or anything like that, you need to take it down a level or so. Wherever you find your stillness, connect with that deep breath. Here, as you can feel, we are bringing attention to our hearts, to opening our hearts. And our hearts can be known as the king of the organs, because all other organs will sacrifice some of their energy, their function, in order to keep the heart balanced. That's why it's so important to take care of our hearts. It's where it all begins. It's what keeps that vital energy, that vital life force of prana moving through our body. It is also our space that holds the emotion of joy. It is our center for love and compassion and that vitality. When we think of these are all very light energies. You can think of the word light-hearted. It's hard to be stressed when we feel joyful, when we feel love. When we feel that lightness. Go ahead and take 3 full breaths. After your exhale, again, moving nice and slow to come out of this pose. Either gently propping yourself up on the elbows to help bring the upper body up, or if you're just on a pillow, maybe just rolling over to the side. Removing your prop and coming to lie on your back. And bring your knees up into the sky, feet on the mat. Maybe bring the knees together. And just feel that spine neutral, compressed towards the mat. One more full breath, inhale. And exhale. Next pose we're coming into is a spinal twist. So here, if you want to press the feet into the mat and gently lift and shift the hips over just towards the right side of the mat, then you're going to drop the knees over towards the left. So here you can also place a prop underneath the knees, in between the knees, or if this isn't quite intense enough for you, you can always cross that right leg over left and then bring the knees down over to the left side. Whatever variation you pick on the bottom half of the body, you want to make sure both shoulders are grounded into the mat on top. So if we can't quite get both shoulder blades on the ground, just go ahead and unwind the twist just a bit, or add a pillow or some kind of prop, because we want the focus to be on the lower half. We want the shoulders to be able to relax here. So you can either bring both arms out wide, palms up, or you can bring that left hand softly on that thigh. And gaze can be up with our eyes closed or over to the right. Again, find your adjustments here. Take time to settle in. Sometimes for me it helps to ground both shoulders by gently lifting that left shoulder, helps ground the right, and then place them both back down. And then let's take a big inhale. Feel our belly expand in a little different way. Our ribs expand a little differently, all the way up to our chest. And exhale, let the body relax. Release any tension in our shoulders, our fingers, our face. Let's keep sending that breath deep. Realizing here, as we inhale, we're massaging the organs in a different way as we breathe deep into that twist. So you can really feel the effects of that. Deeper the breath, the more we get out of every pose here, as we massage and stimulate the organs. Having every inhale to move everything around, every exhale to relax and release. Knowing we are meant to be self-healing from the inside. I like to think that there's a kind of yoga equation that we've been using. You've brought your mindfulness or your attention. You've brought your breath. And we've brought the right movements, or in this case, just the right asanas, a way to move the body. These three things together is what bring healing. We need our mind to be present, our breath to be full and intentional, and moving in ways where there is no ego, there is only healing and release. Let's inhale fully. Exhale, see if the body invites you just to deepen the twist a little bit. Maybe just a minor energetic movement. Inhaling again fully and exhaling. So relax. Into the twist, into the mat. Then let's go ahead and take 3 full breaths here. Imagine through the exhales, you're sending energy maybe out through the hands, through the twisting action. Sending energy down into the mat by getting a little heavier. And after your third exhale, gently bring your gaze back to neutral. Bring your knees back to center. Center the hips again. And let's just pause here, maybe knees together, 1 full breath. Or if it feels good to let your knees drop from side to side. It also might feel good to draw the knees again towards the chest. Wherever you are, 1 full breath. Exhaling, maybe placing the feet back down on the mat. This time lifting and shifting the hips over towards the left side of the mat and dropping the knees down towards the right. Maybe you're able to mirror whatever you did on the other side, or you might need something different. So again, placing your props and pillows where they meet around the knees, or crossing the left leg over the right. Maybe take a gentle scoop of that right shoulder to ground the left. Find the hand palms open. Maybe right hand gently placed on top of the thigh. 1 full belly breath. Exhale into your twist. Make your adjustments. Find your stillness. And most importantly, find your breath. We're now massaging our organs from the other side. Using that compression, bringing blood to different areas, letting it flow, opening up new areas here. Remembering the deeper we breathe, the more we will get out of this pose. The more we can help what's already going on in our bodies, what's already at work. Now you've brought your breath, you've brought that mindfulness. You're in the right movements. Now we've added the time and that sense of release. You might already be able to feel those physical differences in what has released for you or relaxed for you. Maybe we notice the differences in the mind. More presence. breathe deeply, imagining all of that at work. You can inhale fully, exhale into your twist. Do your best to bring the most intention to the last breaths here. Let's go ahead and take 3 full breaths to finish out the pose. After your exhale, again centering the head, slowly bringing the knees back to center, centering the hips, and maybe you'd like to again gently draw the knees in towards the chest. Maybe even take a slow, gentle, happy baby, rocking side to side. We're going to get ready to come into our final Shavasana. So any last movement that's calling to your body, go ahead and take that now before we work into that last time of stillness. If you feel ready to bring the feet long on the mat, nice and wide and relaxed, shoulders gently tucked under, down away from the ears, chest is open, palms are open and relaxed. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. We get a little heavier. We scan the body here for any last unnecessary tension. From our fingers down to our toes, to all the muscles around the face. We relax. Keep that presence in our breath. Tonight we moved in ways that brought energy to our hearts. Bring attention to that space again. With our hearts open, we can create that space of joy, of love, of vitality, of compassion, all for yourself. Think of which of those do you need or resonates most with you tonight. Now surround yourself with those feelings. Inhale, imagine you're creating space for that feeling. And exhale, allow yourself to let go and melt into that space. You've done the work. Now it's just time to digest. Let's slowly, gently begin to bring some awareness back into the body. At home, of course, you can stay in Shavasana as long as you like. Maybe you'd like to start wiggling into the fingers and the toes. Maybe gently rocking the head from side to side. And only if you feel ready, gently rolling onto your side, keeping the eyes closed and that focus internal a little longer. When you feel ready to bring yourself back to seated, back to where we began, do so nice and slowly. Find yourself in a comfortable seated. We'll inhale together for a long spine, open chest. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Let's bring our hands to heart. Let's inhale together, bringing in that vital, joyful, and light energy in. On your exhale, now imagine that space extending. This is how we are all connected, through the space of the heart. So your healing now helps others heal. You are doing your part, so thank yourself for that. The light in me honors and sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with us tonight. And if you are continuing on with this as a retreat, you'll be able to look forward to a lovely class with Kelly tomorrow morning, a great vinyasa. And I'm glad you are doing this for yourself. Thank you so much for practicing. Namaste.